All right, hell yeah. So we're in Pablo. Now this is one of the Indian reservations here in Montana, and we just have a real cool bridge up here. You know, just fantastic. Yeah, I think it's just a walking path, but we're gonna maybe walk across it. I'm sure that was my corner, but now here we go. Yeah, so check that out. Hell yeah. So we're gonna see how strong it is. Now that's a rigid structure, so and cool. I'm glad we saw it. So now we're gonna pull in, and we're gonna go walk across it. Hell yeah. Now we should have just gassed up here. It's hella cheap. We spent like $1 extra a gallon at Safeway just because they didn't have any normal gas. They just had premium, and the premium, yeah, it was hella expensive. But anyway, yeah, I don't think it costs no money to walk across that. I just think it's a piece of art. I don't think anyone really wants to walk. I mean, it doesn't go nowhere. The only reason you'd walk across it is because you want to walk across it. So this is cool. And we're just gonna park and walk across it, you know what I mean? Hell yeah. And I just imagine there's no, we'll follow the driving rules. But yeah, it's so cool. And we're gonna break out our tape measure and maybe our calculator, because yeah, I tried to make another video today, but it was a truss, and trusses are jointed members. They're not rigid, so that didn't work. Okay, so let's see. We got our paper, we got our calculator. Now we do need a pen, and we're just gonna grab a couple because I swear these pens don't work. Okay, and hell yeah, do we have our keys? Yeah, let's lock up. Now, we do long videos, but we talk, I need to work on my adjectives. Incessantly? Is that how you say that? I don't have time to say the word incessantly. You know what I mean? I talk too much. We can't use big words like that. We gotta use a lot of 3- and 4-letter words. Hell yeah, you're probably using a lot of 4-letter words right now. You're like, get the hell on with it. Okay, so I mean, this is amazing because it's steel. I love steel, and we got the, you know what I mean, just even, you know, just the tribal, hell yeah, you know what I mean, the like the porcupine quills, the triangles. I really do love whoa, hey, welcome to open mic night with your host Dex. Hell yeah. Hey, we got some good jokes for you. I just didn't bring any. Okay, let's get on with it. But yeah, I love steel work. And so the painted and then just the let it rust. So like we're good to be walking over here. In about 20 years I won't walk on that. It's just gonna rust away. No, we're joking. Steel lasts about 100 years. Yeah, I like the color of that. Okay, so woo-wee, this is tall. So hopefully this is on Google Earth and we can find Pablo. Ooh, and I love the steel teepee. These are cool. Look at that. Oh, hell yeah. I was thinking about that for the cabin. You know what I mean? Do a steel teepee. I mean, they did. Hell yeah. And that's the thing. I think, you know, like when I make video, oh, this is super. We're just gonna walk across to get our feel for it. But yeah, when I do stuff, like when I got bipolar, I'm like, hey, this is how I cook eggs. Hey, this is how I do the dishes. And I get it. The second I say this is how I do something, anyone who watches that never wants to do it that way, ever. So it's just society. You're just like, don't tell me how you do anything, because if you do, I might do it that way, and if you do it that way, I ain't doing it that way. That's just the culture we live in. We want to be inventive all the time. So if you do it a certain way, like, great. I don't want to do it that way. What are you getting at? I have no idea what was the take-home point of that? I don't know. But, oh, steel teepees. Hell yeah, we got 2 more to remind me. It's just like, yeah, at the cabin, we could do steel teepees. Hell yeah. And then you would cap the ends, so just make sure hell and no water gets in those. And I do like the footings. The footings are cool because you got your concrete, you got the steel above the ground. Wow, this is cool. This is cool. I like it. Yeah. And it's just artful. Okay, so that's the whole thing. Now, this is the steel we're interested in. So we want to get some fresh sheets of paper. And we want to do our first engineering video that's halfway decent. Hell yeah, DC. That was a long way. So hopefully this thing is old enough where it's on Google Earth. And they'd be like, yep, there it is. Okay, but we're just chill to be on this side. And so what we're looking at is just one side of this thing. And okay, so it's down there to up there. So the first thing that we're gonna do, let's see if my, almost got it, but we're good. We just got a lot of wind. Okay, we got it. And we're gonna go all the way down. So it's like 11 feet plus, I would say 11.6 to there. I'm gonna, and that's conservative. I'd say it's like 11.4. Okay, but 11.6, what do you think? Nah, 11.4. Okay, 11 feet 4 inches. And then all these members, they're all the same. They're all the same steel. And they are, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're 8 inches. And I bet you that's 1/4 inch. There's no reason that's 3/16. And then, whoa, these are Mondo. Okay, so we got Mondo Nation top and bottom. So the intermediates, oh, hey. Yeah, so the ones in between are a little bit thinner, but these ones on the outside are real thick. So this is 12 inches. Okay, so we got 12 inches by 12 inches. And I get, so you just do the knock test. You go knock, 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 you know what I mean? And then here's where they bent it together, and there's a seam. And I don't know if that can give you an idea of how thick it is, but you know what I mean? Do the knock test. And whoa. See right here. Well, this is like a heavy plate, but this might give you an indication. But no, that's an extra plate on top of it. So we're gonna say 12 by 12. So these are 12 by 12, and they're 1/4 inch. Okay, so hell yeah. Let's just do this on the spot, because last time we struck out. So you have a rigid structure, and the only thing that's doing the work is these outside, and then everything else in between is who cares. And then you have a surface area on the outside, and that's just that, the square, the 12 by 12s. And then your I, your moment of area, which is basically the shape equation, is base, height cubed. Now if this was just all steel, let's say it was just a big old 12 by 12 by 1/4 inch, then basically your base would be a 1/4 inch, 0.25, and then your height would be this whole thing, like 100 inches, you know what I mean? And then you'd have 2 of them, but it's not, and so you have to do it a different way. So you got to use the, like this essentially is boiled down to take the area here, take the distance up to the area, square it, and so it's area, and then we just call this y. Half the height of any structure is y, so we're just going to go ay squared. Ay squared. Okay, and what did we say this was? Well, this column is the same thing up there. So we got So one of these has a 12 by 12, 12 by 12. So our area, and then if we take this 12 by 12, we got, and then we got 1/4 inch. So we got 12, 12, 12, 12. If you made this in a straight line, you would get 24. You would get 48 inches. And then times 0.25. So it would just be 1/4. So hey, you got 12 square inches. Perfect, 12 inches squared. Okay, that's the area. Your distance. We just said it was, we just said it was really far away. And what did we say? It was 11 feet? Yeah, 11 feet 4 inches. 136. Plus, let's say another foot to the centers of those, because we want to be real accurate. Yeah, I would just go to the center. So it's just, instead of adding a foot on both, you're just going to add, so it's going to be 148 inches. Okay. Whoa. So that's the full distance. So this full distance is 148 inches. So that's 50 plus 24. So that's 74 inches. So now we go 74 inches squared. And then 12 times 74 inches squared. We better just start popping this stuff out, because whoa. Okay, so we got 12 by 74 squared. Yeah, this eye is real big. 65712. Oh, see, that's why the eye of the other one was like 162,000, because there was 5 inches, but the height we said was really big. So maybe the height wasn't 20 feet. Maybe we were wrong on that, and we didn't reach up. But no, the other bridge was. It was sky high. That thing was sky high. This thing is a rigid structure though, so it's fairly short. But see how this is real long? So you can't do one of these out of a truss. What a truss is hinged joints. And if you hinged all these joints, this ratio don't work out on a truss. It has to be 6 times as high. It basically has to look like the Golden Gate Bridge. You're essentially then kind of making a compression arch and then hanging everything you want. So so this one will come out just fine. Just people are walking across, and then maybe a little motorized vehicle. But anyway, that's why our eye is smaller. Okay, but our length is just huge. I don't even know how to guesstimate length, but we might try. Okay, because here's the equation. Are we still recording? Heck yeah. And we're only 12 minutes in. This is perfect. I mean, we might be getting to an answer within an hour, and that's all I expect out of myself. Okay, so the equation is force is equal to 4 sigma, and that, you can make this 8 if it's a rigid structure. It looks like it's rigid, but we're just gonna make it 4. Just know you can always double it. Okay, if it's a rigid structure. So 4 sigma I over Ly. Perfect, we got everything. Steel has a strength of 60,000 pounds per inch squared. And then your length, well, that's the only thing we don't know. So force is equal to 60,000 pounds inch squared. Your I is 5,712 inches to the 4th. And then your length, we're gonna write that in. Your Y though is 74 inches. Okay, so we gotta estimate this, well, let's just do it. Like, there's no one here. So we're gonna leave this here and save the juice on the calculator, and let's do it. Let's like, I don't know, you want to just do 10 feet at a time, or let's just do 10 feet at a time, and we'll just get hella accurate. All right, so there's 10 feet. There you go. 20 feet. 30 feet. Whoa. No, that's 30 feet. 40 feet. 50 feet. 60 feet. 70 feet. 80 feet. 90 feet. 100 feet. 110 feet. 120 feet. 130 feet. 140 feet. 150 feet. 160 feet. 170 feet. 180 feet. 190 feet. 200 feet. 200 feet. That's cool. That's cool. 210 feet. 220 feet. 230 feet. 240 feet. 250 feet. 260 feet. 265 feet. 265 feet. That's so cool. Let's go walk across it again. And this is super cool. Now just know that just all these things in between, those don't do nothing. You know, maybe in a wind load or something. But basically, and this thing's strong as on the ends, it's just right in the middle. You don't want to put all the weight, you don't want to have a huge house party right in the middle of this bridge. You know what I mean? That's going to be the weakest part. But yeah, here's the middle. And then a 360 view. Heck yeah, that's super cool. That is super cool. Heck yeah. Okay, so 265 feet, we got it. We can figure out how much strength you can put in the middle before this thing just falls apart. You know what I mean? And it's probably semis. So a semi is 80,000 pounds. So, but this thing is real long. That's why I stopped. Because you see this type of bridge, you know, for something way shorter. And it might be overly built. But because this is so long, you know, I mean, it gets expensive. So you want to really engineer it to be like, yeah, how much do we need? Like, is there going to be a car driving over this? Not a semi. That's why you made these sharp corners. I mean, we're talking the tiniest of cars. Little go cars. Anyway, okay, so let's go back to yeah, it was 265 feet. Now we need it in inches. So 265 times 12. All right, so length is 265 feet, which is L is 3,180 inches. Whoa, we're just 3,180 inches. Okay, so there's our L, 3,180 inches. Now what we got is force in pounds per square inch. I in inches to the, this is our shape number. This is you know, if you got material, put it in the best shape possible, like an I, and you'll do real good. And then so this is set up like two squares, and real thin steel, because steel's really strong. But there's your eye. All the stuff in between, it don't really matter. This outside is the only thing that's actually doing stuff. Okay, and then we have oh yeah, this is why half the distance, because the whole distance is 11 feet, so half is just 74. It's like a 6 feet or something. Okay, so let's type this into our calculator. 4 times 60,000 times 65,712. Okay, and then we just got to divide that by 3,180 times 674. Whoa, perfect. So we're talking semis. Yeah, you can't drive a full semi across here. And thank goodness, a semi is not going to make that corner. This is for walking only. But what you can do is 67,000 pounds before it's going to break. 67,000 pounds. Now, let's say there's a factor of safety on here of 10. So we're going to divide by 10. And then, so that's going to be 6,701. So if you see 6,701, and what's the average person? Let's talk about adults. Adult males, 185 pounds. So we're going to divide by 185. And you can have 36 adult males. See, that ain't much. So you have 36 people. In the middle of that, you're just 1/10. You still have your factor of safety of 10. But guess what? If you have 360 people, which ain't that many, you could just have a huge event where you're just like, hey, let's get 360 people right in the center of this bridge. Well, guess what? Guess what's the weight of 360 people times 185 pounds? Wow, 66,000 pounds. And we said this thing is only strong to 67,000, and a semi weighs 80,000. So this is a walking path only. You know what I mean? And then just one at a time cars. But you could definitely have a few cars drive over it. But you can't have a semi. But that's so interesting. So that's why I'm so interested in almost stadium collapses. Because you're just like, whoa, people are heavy. You know, like a chairlift. Chairlifts are real cool because if you have a person on every seat, that's a lot of weight. Like the whole system just has tons of weight. Where if you have a huge party and you start walking across the bridge, so just know that you get out of a huge like Super Bowl party or like a, any of those big sporting parties, and then your whole town's just like walking across, the bridge that got built in like 1890. You know what I mean? I would drink another drink at the bar and wait until there's no one on that bridge, then cross, because yeah, people don't, just like, well, cars drive across the bridge all the time. Yeah, well, cars are spaced out. Like if there was a car here, like literally, like, okay, if a car is 6,000 pounds divided by 185, that's only 32 people. So in the space of a car, you're walking across the bridge just as a huge mob, like I could have 8 people right here. And so you divide by 8, you're only got 4 people in front. And a car ain't fitting that. So humans can be heavier than cars, especially when they're just kind of packed. So, we live in a society where it's just like we just expect that things are strong. And then we expect that we're not heavy. Like we don't add any weight to it. So the second you see just like a bunch of people walking across the bridge, you just don't think anything of it. But we just did it. Now the take-home point is, yes, a full semi you can't cross, but an empty semi weighs only 40,000 pounds. You can do an empty semi. Okay, and again, 67,000 pounds divided by 185, that's 360 people. But check this out. So I'm here. So this is what, look at me, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm kind of halfway. 5, 6, 7. Well, let's just say this was packed. You're just like 8 per. So you divide by 8, and that's only 45. So only 45 like spaces. So we got 1 space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's a lot. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. All right, it is like 40. So, 45, there you go. So if you were 8 across and then that spaced out, this would be 360 people. So if you had a really busy event, you could have 360 people right here. Now what I'm doing the calculations is right in the middle. So you'd have to have this many people, just super tight, but then have that like right there, right in the middle. And obviously you could have more people than that and the weight's going to get concentrated on the middle. So yes. All right, so we did it. This is a walking bridge only, and if you're having a huge event, man, have some people on both ends of a bridge, and just society, make sure you don't overload a bridge with people. People are heavy, even when they're just average weight. No jokes there, but no, it's literally that's why stadium collapses are kind of so interesting. Like when you're in a stadium full of like it's just interesting. All right, so other people are coming, and we did it. We got the calculations, and guess what? That's a video. All right, hell yeah. Let's do one more, because you're just like whoa, does that equation work for everything? And the answer is yes. Okay, so we're gonna get a fresh sheet of paper, and one more, and then we're out of here. And we're gonna do this one in 5 minutes. Okay, so and we're gonna do this right here. So look at this. This is the same setup. We have a rigid bridge. So from here to there, you can imagine if like a hydraulic, backhoe came in here and just started pushing down on that thing. Whoa, I feel like there's people behind me and all around me. This is like a stadium, and it will hurt my voice. So I definitely got to get out of here in 5 minutes. But how much weight could you push before that thing just collapses? See how these are rigid. So so if you just had one of them, well, let's do one. You know what I mean? Let's say this is, for the benefit of the doubt, let's say they went thick on this. This is 3/16. You know what I mean? It is. I think it is 3/16. This is solid. They went all out. Okay, so we're gonna we need to grab our tape measure. And like I said, we gotta do this fast. So 2 inches, perfect. So just this. We're like, let's say there's nothing else. If you had this as a bridge, hell yeah, I could stand on it. And we're talking nothing else, just this bar, rigidly welded. But now, since it's rigid, we got 8 sigma I L Y. Okay, let's just do the easy stuff first. What's the length? Whoa. Okay, 6 feet. We're just gonna call it 6 feet, 72 inches. Okay, so our height is just 1 inch. So this is Y. Y is 1 inch, and whoa, it's 4th of effing July. Yeah, people are just like, whoa, you know what I mean? In 10 years, people will be saying, what you doing by flashing pieces? Man, yeah, we live in a society where, yep, I just want to, yep. I don't know, but I like it. I like to, add a little humor. You know what I mean? Just keep it humorful and be like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, anyway, what the hell are we doing? So we have that length, and the length is 72 inches. So that's our L. Perfect. So we got our L, we got our Y. And then what's our shape number? Well, now we can do this one. Now let's do this one the other way. Well, let's do it 2 ways. So we said I was area, Y squared. So the Y is 1 squared. Ooh, that's just, this is just the area. You kidding me? But it's just this area. So let's say this is 2 inches by 3/16. And we need 3 divided by 16. That's 0.1875 inches times 2. Okay, so, and this is 2. Oh, you know what? Did we double it? Did we double it on our last one? I don't know. I'm gonna drop stuff, and then we're gonna be way behind. Oh, check this out. So I didn't. I just singled it. So this is 2. So this should be a factor of 2. Yes, you can drive a semi. And instead of 360 people, you can do 720. 720 people. Is the capacity right in the center. So this thing is, yeah, it's super stout. So, but still, you could get 750 people on that, and you wouldn't want to. So anyway, and we're talking that's its limit. Like that is like literally, we want it to break right then. And then, so we definitely want a factor of safety of 2. So do the 360 people. 360 people, occupancy load max. You should have a sign, no more than 360 people. That gives you a factor of safety of 2, let alone like the corrosion. It's not even, it's just rusting, you know what I mean? And that's cool too. But yes, we were off by a factor of 2. So this I is equal to 2ay squared. Okay, so in this one, the y is just 1, so y squared kind of goes away, and it's just 2 times the area. So you have, and the area is 2 times 0.1825. 0.1825 times 2 is, so the area is 2 times 0.1825. All right, so that's the area. Your area is 0.365 inches squared, and then you gotta, and then multiply by 2. So your I is 0.73. So your I is pretty small for this one. Pretty small for this one. 0.73. But you throw it, because steel is 60,000. Is still, so F is 8 times 60,000 times 0.73. Length is 72 inches, and because our length is short, you don't divide it by much. And then your Y is 1. Okay, so this is going to be super strong. 8 times 60,000 times 0.73 divided by 72. Okay, so 4,864. Yeah. I mean, look how stout this is, and it's real short. And if the welds are super secure and just as strong as the bar, you can put 5,000 pounds on there, and then it's going to break. You know, let's say factor of safety 2, only put 2,000 pounds. You can put a ton of weight right there, just fine. Okay, but what we're gonna do is, because it is braced in this whole thing, now our thing is the area there, the middle don't count, and now our I is equal to 2 times area Y squared, and the Y is now half this. So here's the full height, 38 inches. So our Y is 15 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 19 inches. Okay. Oh, that's not working no more. All right. So our area is actually now 8. So 2 is 8 times 0.1825. That's our area. And then our distance is 19 squared, and our I, well, I bet you that's a pretty big number. So we got 2 times 8 times 0.1825 times 19 squared. Yeah, it's 1,000. So our I is 1,000. So that's siggy. That's significant. Okay, and our length is real short. So our force is 8 sigma ILY. So we got 8 60,000 times 1,000 for our I. Was that correct? Correctamundo? No, our I is 1,054.12. So 1,054.12 is our I, divided by our length, which was 72. Our Y is at 19. Okay, so we got 8 times 60,000 times 1,054.12 divided by 72 divided by 19. So you could put 866. You could put divided by 2,000. Holy Toledo! 184 tons. Now this is where I want to figure out the difference between theoretical and empirical, because it works for the bar. If you just have this bar and we times by 8, heck yes, you can put as much weight on there as you want, and I mean you can put up to 5,000 pounds, and then it's going to break. You know, fair enough. 5,000 pounds, it might break after that. But just the fact that that's so rigid, you can put a screaming amount of pounds on there. Now, if you put all that weight and it just shears right here, well, what shear force? Well, because this might not be our minimum. So just if it shears off all 4 of those, you find the area here, which is the area is 8 inches all the way around times 0.1 or 3/16, but you have 4 of those. So our area is 4 times 8 times 0.1825. And that's the square inches, and then we multiply by sigma. So 4 times 8 times 0.1825 is 5.84 inches times 60,000 times 60,000 pounds per square inch. Yeah, it's the same thing. So it is 35,400. So I mean, that's just a lot of weight. 35,000, that could hold a train. So if you're like literally, if this had a chain over it, and the chain was hooked to the engine of a train and just dangling. A train engine is 350,000 pounds. That's always a good one to know. A semi-loaded is 80,000. A train engine is 350,000. And then a normal train is like 200,000, because 200,000 divided by 2,000 is 100 tons. The average train car is 100 tons, but the engine is almost, you get 33% more. It's like a cereal box. The engine's 350,000 pounds, and that's significant. Okay, I think I'm done. Do I even have juice left? Yeah, and but anyway, I like doing those math videos. They make my head hurt though. So we'll see if we ever get better at me enjoying them. But I definitely want to make them. I just know that I get a little bit dissatisfied if they're just not 100%, you know, just perfect. But like I said, we're doing a year of just videos. We're just throwing it out there. Else I wouldn't have made this video, and I definitely ain't taking this footage home and spending more than 10 seconds on uploading this. You know what I mean? So it's just a one-shot pony. That's what we do, and that was fascinating. Yeah, would that hold a train, and then would it just not flex? I mean, that's just that structure right there. I dig, but I also want to figure out. Yeah, you want to just like, whoa, if you did the calculation, go test it, because is it that strong? Does something else kind of funny happen? But for the calculation that we did for that bridge, like I like that, because that gives you at least a bare minimum of, heck yeah, how strong is that bridge? And okay, I gotta get the hell back. I'm on a road trip, gotta get back home, and guess what? That's a video.